This is the new Weight Watchers, built for real life and real results, no matter what mode you're in. Maddie went all in for her big day and lost 33 pounds. Emily lost 85 pounds and hit her goal while still living her life.
Weight Watchers gave me the tools and I feel amazing.
Join the millions of members and lose weight with the #1 doctor-recommended weight loss program.
I'm able to live my life and still hit my goals.
Lose more at WeightWatchers.com.
You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network.
I'm going to have to take a potty break in a second, y'all. But before we do that, we're going to... Oh, wait, there was someone from Facebook that... shout out to those of you watching on Facebook. I'm missing all the comments. Hold on. Oh, here you go. Melissa Dean. So, hey, Kempire, I listen to all your podcasts and love your content. Glad to see you live. Thank you so much. Shout out to everyone watching on Facebook and those of you watching on YouTube as well. Osfly Girl, thank you so much for the super chat. Osfly Girl says, thank you for your kindness and care for your followers. All the love, no matter what day. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Osfly Girl. Hope you have a happy Valentine's Day. Scotty G, thank you for the heart and the super chat. We appreciate you as well. Be sure to say thank you to our mods in the chat as well, guys. And don't forget to like the video. It's easy, free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. Will start popping up. As you can see here on the channel, we don't just talk about housewives. We don't just talk about reality television. We don't just talk about pop culture. But you can get all of that here and our special dating lives. We're going to bring up viewer viewing next. Viewer viewing, what's going on? Are you there?
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, what's going on?
I didn't turn my camera on because I was like, I don't want the whole world seeing me now.
It's up to you.
Huh?
It's up to you.
You know, I gotta be top secret because of where I work.
Yeah.
So listen, my thing is, I'm trying to get back into the dating scene because, as my sister would say, girl, you take long breaks. But I take long breaks because I need them. You know what I'm saying?
What's long?
Oh, years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Though?
Huh?
How long are these relationships?
Ooh. You know, sometimes, like I was in an on again, off again, in my late 20s, early 30s. Mm. And then, after the pandemic, I got back out there, you know, cause I was like, ooh, think fast. I gotta get out there. You know what I'm saying? And then from not being on the same page, you know, with guys I meet online because I work from home. It's challenging, you know, to kind of just meet guys. And it's interesting because if I go out on a date with a guy, I'm like, you know, I always ask, if we were out in public and you just never, you know, that was your first time seeing me, would you actually step up to me and, you know, shoot your shot? And of course the answer is, oh yeah. It's slim pickings. Cause you know, I live in Seattle and the Seattle freeze is real. Ooh. And so, it's tough out here. I'm going to give you a plain example. Yesterday I was, on the dating app and I had been talking to a guy on there for a little while, and he was like, oh, let's exchange numbers. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, Kempire. Tell me why he turned out to be a homophobic hotep. I said, oh no, not in the year of our Lord and Savior and my pretend lavender marriage with Ricky Martin. Nuh-uh. I was like, and as he's kind of going down this trail, I'm like, ooh, how do I get out of this conversation? And I'm texting my friend, and I'm like, girl, and she's not answering. While I'm texting, and then finally, Saved by the Bell, because Mama knows best, and my mom called, and I was like, oh, I gotta go, I'll call you back. I ain't called, but he called me today and he texted me some TikTok. I said, I ain't looking at that. And I need to block too. But then I went back on the app. I'm like, this guy, he got these are old pictures. You know, when like iPhone first came out, because he's like,
Damn.
yeah. Cause he's like 50 and I'm 40. I'm a young 40. Just turned 40 last month. I'm a Capricorn. I know. I know. I hear what you say about Kyle and I'm like, oh.
Which I used to like Kyle. That's why I'm also surprised because I think it's not even just, again, this is why it's important to know other parts of someone's birth chart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But so it's challenging when you work from home. And then like it's just it seems like the other caller was saying, like how guys will like just talk to you. I don't have time for all that. Like, you know, like it should be, hey, hi, how you doing? You know, like a few, you know, Q&As and then who, what, when, where. You know what I'm saying? Like to really hit it off. Because I am an outgoing person. I go hiking with my little Rottweiler, Victory. I say little Rottweiler. She's 120 pounds. But she my baby. But it's just like, and I'm 40 now. I don't want to have kids. You know what I'm saying? And especially in this world that we're living in, you know, like, what am I bringing them into? Like, on the real, like, some days I'm like, is today going to be the day that they make, like, an announcement that I have, like, so many hours to get out? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, is there an expiration date on the freedom papers? So I'm sorry, I just really feel that way. I mean, look at how it is. I never thought Don Lemon would be arrested, and for the BS he was arrested for. And so I would like to have somebody in my life. If they had a child or children, all from one mama, though. I'm not having a PTA round like Future, okay? But, you know, I'm open. Ooh, girl. My dog just ran towards the ball and hit her face up against the wall. But ball is life. But
Victory,
it's just,
I'll need you to sit down.
I know, seriously. But I want it, and like you were telling the other caller, like saying it every day, like I'm like, okay, so what's the words you say? Like, my billionaire is coming, like you always be saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm partly being facetious.
I know, but you never know. You're saying it now, but you could find a billionaire like that works at Patagonia or works for the Patagonia. You know, you know his story, right?
Oh no, I don't know his story.
Well, he got mad when like Forbes put him on some list because he tries to be really ethical and low key, like to the point you can send in your stuff like to get sewed up and stuff. Like they'll replace it. Like he likes to do a lot of community based or work. So, anyways, so it could happen to you, but I just like I want to know, huh?
I dwell in possibility.
Yeah, I want like I want to know like what do I get up and say like today's the day? Like what exactly is the word on the curb?
Well, I would start with words that are believable for you. You know? 'Cause to say like, oh, I'm going to be a multimillionaire today, you're going to be like, yeah, right, girl. You know what? I'm financially free. I feel financially free, or I'm getting to that place. Or today I might meet someone that makes me smile or that compliments me. And I'm going to embrace it. Start slow. So many affirmations that you can find online that will be more fitting for you and what's believable for you. But you have to keep in mind the opposite of what's happening is that you're saying negative things about yourself and to yourself, and you're not even realizing it. It's in a loop, and you're manifesting what you're experiencing around you, good, bad, and indifferent.
Okay. Yeah. And so do I just block the Hotep's number? Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
like right now.
yeah. And then do I yeah, because when he said that, I was like, oh, hold
I
up.
was
Like
shocked.
I was like,
He's not thinking that you're an ally. And it's just something like, oh, she's interested in men, so she's not gonna care.
yeah, and I'm like, little do you know, I have like 3 uncles and my oldest sister and my youngest sister out of 7 of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And then me and my dog, because I think Victory, she's lesbian too.
Victory's probably looking at you like that. Don't be telling my business.
I mean, I think she pansexual because she'll hump anything. But I really, I like, I'm an ally. Like, dude, like you're talking like, and you had so much vitriol. Like, I was just like, ugh. But like, I don't think that every guy is like that. But that's like a
Victory's a stud. I'm sorry. Miss Esquire give you a nice affirmation. I am loved. Love is all around me. I am so worthy of love. I am desirable. That's a good one.
I gotta screenshot that. Ooh, yeah, come on, somebody. Like, I really do. Yeah, because I feel that with my dog because she's so happy and go lucky and will tell me like, no, this ain't the one. No, yeah, he's cool. She picks up on people real well. But
wow.
I really want love, and maybe because I just turned 40, like I can sometimes get down on myself because like, oh, love's not happening as quickly as I want it to. But historically in my family, like my favorite auntie, she didn't find her special someone until her 40s. And then my favorite cousin, she's getting married this year.
I'm mad at your unfavorite cousins. I guess I'm not the favorite cousin. I'm sorry.
Well, everybody has their favorites, but
we don't say it out loud.
Oh no, I say it so they know. Favoritism ain't fair, but she's really sweet. She's really sweet. I'll run and tell anybody. But so like she's getting married this summer and she'll be 41. My sister's getting married this summer and she'll be 44. So it's like
you have all these examples. The universe is sending you all these examples around you. Like, look, it is possible for you. Look, not everyone has these examples that you have of people finding love in their 40s. So
yeah,
counteracting what you're feeling as you've turned 40.
Yeah, I'm just like, hurry up and bring them Black Jesus. I need like if anything, my I guess my manifestation, I'd be like praying like, God, bring them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what that energy is though, because along with manifestation, it's not just the words, it's the feeling. It's the feeling. If you're feeling like, where is he? That is pushing him away. That is pushing him away. I always say this. You could probably have met your person walking down the street. This is what I should have said to Christina, who called in, because I had the thought and I forgot to mention it to her. You can meet your person anywhere in the world. You can meet your person right, because I know dating in New York, dating in Baltimore, it could all Seattle. You're like, oh, I'm never going to meet that person here. For all you know, your person could be visiting your city that weekend. But because of your energy, you've pushed that person away. It's not saying that you won't ever meet that person, but you're constantly pushing that person away because of the energy that you're putting out there. I'm never going to find that person here. I walk out the street. I'm like, I dwell in possibility. I could meet this motherfather on the train or in the men's room. You just don't know.
Well, yeah. And then as a woman, like dating online, like if we both match, I'm not going to initiate the conversation. And maybe that's like, maybe that's like patriarchy, probably, but
a little bit of that. I think, especially on the apps, it's a little bit different. Like in person, I can understand those patriarchy standards in regards to a woman, approaching a man. But on an app, I feel like it's okay to engage in conversation, but if you feel like the conversation is dragging kind of thing, then that's another thing. But I don't think there's anything wrong on an app to be like, hey, what's going on? And then at least initiate. Because men are also not conversationalists either. And they might do better in person as opposed to on an app.
Yeah, just Jesus, keep the hoteps away from me. But especially the homophobic ones.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, but I will keep going with it. You know, and maybe like I'll initiate like, hey, how's your day? Like, oh, you know, I see you like to do this or whatever. But yeah, I'll be more open. Like, I think it's so awesome that you have this live where people can come and tell their business. It's like we're the reality show. For once in our lives.
I'm like,
you know. I mean, you keep going, Kempire, like this. Between this and the meditations, you can start your own cult. I'll take care of the animals if you do that. Okay.
I told you guys an astrologer told me I could.
You really could. I mean, you really could, and I would be there in my free people outfit, ready to go with the animals.
The reason why you guys like being here is because my true, genuine nature. I would never want to start a cult.
I know, and that too, because about the millions of dollars, you're like, I couldn't even receive $1,000 present in Leonardo DiCaprio. That's how I don't see how Mary does it, but she just, yeah, like, but I'm gonna like start to hone in on that and really take it in. I think over here with it being like, I mean, I know everybody is experiencing the winter, but it just like this week, it really like hit me, you know, like as far as, oh my gosh, I'm 40 and not in a sense of like, what am I doing with my life? But like, I want my companion. You know, I want a person that I can go hike with. And
pay attention to how you're feeling when you have that reflection on turning 40. Because if it's a feeling of like, oh, you want to change that feeling to be like, you know what? I know people. I have a sister that passed away at 21. I had a best friend that same year that passed away at 27. So the fact that we have reached this point in our lives, there are some people that don't make it to this point.
Yeah.
You should be very grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. You're so right. You're so right. And I need to hone in on that. You know, when I get up in the morning, I do, I list one person that loves me and one thing I'm thankful about. And, you know, at night, I list one thing that made me happy today and one thing I'm grateful for. So I need to also hone in on, you know, just like manifesting real relationship. You know, sometimes being so guarded can also be a fear.
Yes.
You know, and I identify with that so well because of, you know, family, you know, upbringing, as we all have experienced. And I should more so focus on the positive male influences that have been in my life.
Yeah.
Like the 3 gay uncles, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like people who have been consistent and who've been happy and grateful and loving. And so I appreciate your time. I appreciate what you do for this community. This is amazing. And I'm going to continue listening to everybody's love stories because I'm loving this.
Yeah. And we appreciate you being so vulnerable and calling in.
Yeah. Thank you.
Keep us updated.
I will.
All right.
Bye.
Happy Valentine's Day. We have a long line, and I'm going to try to get to everyone, but I need to take a potty break. Okay, I need to take a potty break. While I do that, I will remind you one of our sponsors for today. Go check it out. If you've been thinking about starting your own website, business, whatever it may be, this might be one of the ways to do it. Wix has made it very easy for you. When I first started Kempire Radio 15 plus years ago, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. 15 years later, now artificial intelligence has taken over and it's making your website building so easy. I'm excited to partner with Wix for today's live because Wix was the very first website that I ever used. And even back then, they made it easy. So you can imagine 15 years ago versus 2026, Wix is making it even easier with AI. So there are a couple of really cool things that you can do with Wix. With the hybrid website editor that offers the speed of AI, precision of drag and drop, and guidance of a dedicated AI agent, aka the new way to create websites. And you don't have to pay anyone to do this. You could do this yourself. Create in whatever way feels most natural to you with a platform that lets you flow freely between AI and manual controls. Because some people just let AI do whatever they want, and that is not what you want. You want to be able to do and create something that's unique to you. As I said to you before, you can launch a pro-grade website that's quality, but make it very easy for you to create. There are all kinds of really cool capabilities that they provide. Wix Harmony is packed with some of the coolest, most useful AI features and agents, built specifically for small businesses. Generate images, product descriptions, blogs, and more. Automate email marketing, SEO tasks, inventory management, and more. You even get an AI agent named Aria who can help you build your website or take care of business. Wix has been on top of AI for years, so naturally, they're the ones introducing the new way to create websites. Try Wix Harmony for free at wix.com/harmony. That's wix.com/harmony. More details on that will be available in the description. And we're back, guys. So shout out to Wix again. More information on our sponsors will be available in the description. It was good for me to stand up too and stretch my legs. I don't lay down like this often. Miss Esquire has some more affirmations. Miss Esquire says, God created me for love, and to be loved. My existence is a manifestation of God's love. I'm big on affirmations, y'all. Lipstick Leah, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. All right, let me get to the rest of the calls. We do have quite a line. Keith is backstage. Keith has called in before. What's going on, Keith?
Hey, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. So, in fact, I actually didn't even know I was going to be able to make this live, so I'm actually happy that you were still on when I joined.
We've been on a long time now. 2.5 hours.
Right. But yeah, I was actually just calling because I wanted to really get some insight on you because my friends have been giving me a little bit of advice, but I feel like I need a third-party perspective because they're too involved in my relationship, like they know the ins and outs. So I wanted someone from a third-party perspective. Okay. But I really want to know, when do you know it's too soon or if it's the right time to really move in with someone? Now, the thing is, like, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if you do fully remember my relationship history, but we have been back together for about 9 months, I want to say.
9 months? Whew, time flies.
Time really does fly. So we've been back together for about 9 months, but the first time, of course, that we were together for about 8 months. So I would say probably like a year and a half in total. Mm-hmm. But this time around, it's been about 9 months. And earlier this month, late January, I was in Mexico. Me and my man were in Mexico for my cousin's wedding. And I'm not sure. Yeah, so it was, and it was a great time. Actually, we had gotten into like a lot of deep conversations because I'm not sure if you remember, but in December, my relationship was kind of a topic during one of your TikToks. And we were saying how my man had never actually met my extended family, but he met my close-knit family, right? Yeah. So this time he actually met my extended family, and I come from a very big family. My mom is one of 9, so I have a lot of cousins, a lot of aunts, uncles. So he actually got to meet them this time, and we were really just talking about really what the next step of our relationship was going to be. Mm-hmm. And we were talking, and the topic of my lease ended up coming up for my current apartment. Now, my lease ends in the end of May.
Okay.
And I was talking to him and I was saying, I'm not sure if I want to possibly stay, move, or even find me another property in Chicago that I want to own. And that's one of my biggest goals, is to be able to buy my own property in Chicago. And when we were talking, he brought up the fact that we don't really see each other as often or as much as we would love to, because he does travel pretty often for work.
Oh.
He's a business consultant, so he traveled throughout the U.S. a lot of time, handling a lot of small businesses and their finances and things of that nature. So he actually brought the idea. He was like, why don't you move in with me? And at first I was pretty shocked because it came out of nowhere. I was not expecting this at all. But it had me thinking. I was like, actually, I would love to move in with him. But the biggest issue is not really even just about moving in. It's about a dynamic in our finances. So I'm going to be very transparent with y'all. Not too transparent, but just a little bit transparent. So he makes a very, very good amount of money. Now, when I say very good, I mean higher six figures. Me, on the other hand, I make decent. I make lower six figures. Now, I am younger. Exactly. So because there's a huge difference in our pay, that means there's obviously a huge difference in our bills. Now, I haven't brought this up yet. We're actually going out tomorrow, so I'm pretty sure this topic is going to be brought up again probably tomorrow. And I've been... Say it again?
On Valentine's Day, y'all gonna talk about this?
I mean, you never know, because, like, when conversation's flowing, next thing you know, you never know what the next topic is going to be. Yeah. And plus, I've been somewhat dodging the answer, because when we spoke about it, I told him that I do need time to think. And, me being a Virgo, I don't mince my words. I'm very clear about how I'm...
Virgos would, but no.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. But, I was telling him that I just need a little bit of more time to think, and I'm pretty sure we're going to probably, if not tomorrow, probably sometime over the weekend. But I just wanted to know, like, how do you discuss really about how, I'm not sure if you ever lived with someone that you dated, but see, like, and they have actually, so they're my friends I'm speaking of, they have either lived with someone, or if they haven't, they talked about bringing up finances when you are about to live with someone, which I 100% agree with. Now, my thing is, because there's a huge difference, of course, in our pay, I wanted to know, how do you bring up how things are going to be equitably split? Because, in gay relationships, a lot of times people do split 50-50, but when there's a huge difference in someone's pay, how do you discuss what is going to be divided and what you can contribute?
Did that not come up initially when he said, why don't you move in with me?
It did come up. However, I wasn't comfortable with the position with the proposition he was trying to do. Now, the thing is, he was willing, because he's currently already owns his own home. So he was saying he was going to continue paying the mortgage regardless if I move in or not.
Yeah.
And I actually I respect that. I like the idea, but I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable being in someone's home and not contributing. But then on the other end, I'm like, well, if I am moving into someone else's home and I am contributing, I feel like I kind of want to be on a faster track to a more committed relationship. Like, I'm somewhat, even though I am
committed relationships.
We are committed, but when I say committed, I mean married. Now, I'm very traditional in a non-traditional sense, because I don't want to be just living together for 2, 3, 4 years, and then I get kicked out on the street. Now, granted, I plan to still keep my home. I mean, not my home. I plan to still keep my job. Yeah. So, I still plan to save up and everything. But I just want to know, how do you bring this type of conversation up and really discuss what is going to be delegated for each person in a relationship?
Well, I think this is a very great question, but I would not expect anything less from a Virgo. Something very thorough. I think what you're saying is valid. If he's offering for you to move in and he's still going to pay the mortgage, I think you should definitely offer to pay maybe the utilities as a way that you feel like an equal person. But then you should also bring up the conversation, though, if we're going to do something like this, what would be your timeline for getting more serious, like marriage? Because you guys have been dating for 9 months. You're going to move in. I don't think you should rush to get married.
Exactly.
But especially because how old are you, Keith, again?
I turned 27 this year.
Okay. I think give it a year before even considering seriously marriage. Live with each other.
I agree.
There's nothing wrong living in sin. You're already committing sin.
Right? I might as well sin all the way, right?
Might as well just keep on sinning, okay? But no, I think there is no rush to get married. I understand in your head, and maybe that's the patriarchy too, thinking like, oh, if I'm moving into his house, I need to be on that mortgage. I need to be. Well, no, not necessarily. Look at Kimora Lee Simmons. Ooh. She ain't on that mortgage either. And she living rent free, Keith.
5 years.
That could be you, Keith. We are plotting a plot here. Okay, we are figuring something out.
Let's move on. All right. Before we move on, though, today's live show is brought to you by our friends over at Factor. You know I love me some Factor. I recently just got some Factor meals. There are a lot of meal services out there, but Factor for me, there's just really great options, so many different options, especially as someone that doesn't love to cook or someone that's just very busy. This is your opportunity to have quality meals built for you that you can get in like 2-3 minutes. So cold days, big goals, no time to cook. Factor makes healthy, eating easy with fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs. So eat well without the planning or cooking. So you're getting quality, functional ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, and healthy fats. No refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, or no refined seed oils. Okay, so you're getting quality meals that fit your goals and schedule, healthier eating, calorie management, more protein. 100 rotating weekly meals to keep things fresh and delicious through winter. Options include high protein, that's something I'm always looking for, especially working out. A calorie smart Mediterranean diet, GLP-1 support, which we've been talking about recently here on the channel as well, and ready to eat salads. Plus, the new Muscle Pro collection supports strength and recovery. Of course, I've gotten you a discount over at Factor. Head to factormeals.com/Kempire50off and use code Kempire50off to get 50% off and free breakfast for 1 year. Eat like a pro this month with Factor. New subscribers only, vary by plan. 1 free breakfast item per box for 1 year while subscription lasts. Okay, more details on Factor will be available in the description. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's Friday Live. All right.
But no, I think you should definitely have a realistic conversation in regards to what he expects, what you expect. I don't think you should rush into the idea of getting married just because you're moving in with you know what I mean? You're 27. There is no rush to get married. But so that you feel like an equal partner, and you should emphasize to him that you want to feel like an equal partner. You don't want to feel like I'm moving into your home and you could just kick me out. He can regardless. Mm-hmm. But this is your opportunity to be smart, and you will be because you're a Virgo. Make sure you're putting your FU fund together. You're saving on rent right now. So that money that you would have been paying for rent, I'll be putting that into your FU fund. So when it does come time, don't be tricking out your money. When it comes time for you, God forbid, if it comes time where you have to go find a place, you already got your first, last, in security.
That's true. And I love to shop, so I can't even imagine if I don't have to pay any rent. I'll be shopping a little bit more.
But what you can do is like, you know what? The money that I'm saving, I'm enjoying. Everything's going well with my partner. The money that I'm saving, I'm going to put into don't put it into a savings account. Invest it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Put it into some stocks and then put a portion into savings. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you should rush into getting married. I definitely think you guys need to figure out the logistics of how is this going to work? What do you expect? What do I expect? Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Exactly. And also another thing is like what you brought up earlier about me moving into his place and it's like basically all his environment. That's another issue kind of with me because I'm kind of type A and I like to you Virgo? just a little bit. But like I like to design and decorate my home the way I like to decorate it. Now, granted, his home is gorgeous, beautiful, 3 beds, right on the Gold Coast of Chicago. Gorgeous home. However, you know, I still want to design it the way I want to design it. And I feel like if I move into his, it would still feel like I'm living in his space and I would feel like a guest 24/7.
That's a conversation to have in regards to where can you, because the last thing I would want to do is someone to come into this apartment that I've spent so much time and effort on to be like, oh, I want to change there has to be some sort of compromise. Maybe you can change something. Like this will be a room that you can add a little something to. Because I'm sure he spent a lot of time, and he may not even care. He may be like, change whatever you want to change. He may not care. I would care.
I mean, I could do what a lot of people do, and they like bring
these curtains. What do you mean you want to change it to blue? No.
You got to do like one little thing. Well, my friend says that I need to do one little thing at a time. Yeah. So change the throw pillows and then change the curtains in a week. I'm like, hold on.
If it's 3 years from now, then it's like, okay, now it's time for us to find a place where we can do that together. Depending, and it could be 2 years from now. It could be a year from now because you both do well for yourselves financially. So it all depends, but I wouldn't immediately think, because I know Virgos, this is why we talk astrological signs, they want to come in and change up everything. No, you're going into his home. I think it's a great offer, but Virgos also like to save a little coin. So we're not going to mess this up for us.
Exactly.
Okay. So exactly, like Paula said, like a bedroom, maybe a closet, or have the conversation. What's his sign?
He's a Leo.
Oh, you'll be able to get away with anything. Don't tell him. Just you're like, baby, I think you would love it if we did this. You would love it. It's all about how you do it.
That makes sense. I mean, I have already changed up his fridge, like the inside of his fridge. Now it's nothing but healthy food in there. Before he had nothing but cheese. I'm like, what am I going to do with cheese? Nothing but cheese and milk.
How you do it. The Leos are too busy focused on other things. So
exactly,
you'll be able to do it. You're a Virgo.
Yep, I gotta take control.
Poor Leo didn't know what's coming to him. But no, I think you should definitely. Here's the thing: the other side of me would be like, "Oh no, you don't want to move into someone." No, because that's the Earth sign in us too. No, take that risk.
Yeah.
Him being a Leo, I'm not surprised. He's like, move in with me, because he probably would take that risk. Take the risk. Go do it. If people knew your story with him, which we've heard the story of how this came back together. You guys were dating at one particular point. You reunited. Everything's going well still. I definitely think you should be like, yes, I'll do it. And look, there is some time between now and May. If something happens in between now and then, well, then you just find another place.
Exactly. Okay.
Not, then you give us an update on your new place that you're moved into.
Exactly. Okay, I love that advice. Thank you. Oh, I do have one more question, though. It's pretty simple, though, but it's a Valentine's Day question. So,
share your thought. I need to plug in my computer.
Yeah, of course.
I hear you.
Yeah. So I actually got him a 3D crystal that's a photo of him, his mother, and his deceased father for Valentine's Day. But I just want to know if that is a good Valentine's Day present. I don't know. This is our first technical Valentine's Day since we've been back together. So I wanted to know, is this a good gift, or should it have been something else? Because I was getting conflicting views once I saw what it was. I felt like it was
asking people. That's your problem. Stop asking everybody, because people will talk you out of all kinds of stuff. Oh, I don't think that's a good gift. If you think you know him better than anyone else, especially as a Virgo, you're paying attention.
Yeah.
You know what he's going to like. Your friends do not know what he's going to like. So do what you think, because you know him better than any of us.
Sounds good. I like that.
All right. Keep us posted. We're invested.
We'll do.
Oh, lipstick. Give him Rose Forever.
Not Rose Forever. I actually should.
Rose Forever.
Well, I don't mean not Rose Forever, but that actually isn't a bad idea. But I mean, do they do 24-hour shipping, same day shipping?
Yeah, it will be late. It will definitely be late, but you could definitely get it by next week. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice moving in gift. Like present, I brought something to infiltrate the place.
My housewarming gift for my own housewarming.
Yeah. I love my rose forever. Just saying. All right. Thanks, Keith, for calling in. All right. We always love it. We have a line. Let me go. L'Oreal's backstage. L'Oreal, what's going on? L'Oreal, you muted.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I am the L'Oreal with the sweatshirt Christmas gift. If you remember, I said he was jealous of you.
Oh, yes. I was like, wait, sweatshirt Christmas good. Wait.
Yeah.
Got my twerking on her.
Mm-hmm. And I have the black one. I have to say, I really do love it. I love the fact that it doesn't have drawstrings on the hood. Mm-hmm. It is very top quality. He still won't let me live that down. But
he did get it for you.
He did, and he wanted me to make sure I told you, which I did. I put it in the chat, and I sent a DM to you. But but I wanted to tell my story a little bit. I'm kind of like Izzy when it comes to. I think I subconsciously manifested where I am now. I didn't do it purposefully. Just to give a little background, and also for people to not give up on what they want, whether that's finding a mate, a new career, whatever it is in life. Don't give up on it. My late husband actually had the same birthday as you, and I met you when you came to Nashville, and he passed away almost 4 years ago. Wow. And he actually had a stroke 2 weeks before our wedding. And we wound up getting married in the hospital. Once he went into the hospital, he never came out. It took him 8 months to basically die. Wow. But we did eventually get married just a few weeks later than our original date. But needless to say, I was heartbroken. I was mad. I was all the emotions, even while he was still alive. And to this day, it does get a little better to cope with. But I had a dream. I want to say about 7 months after he passed away. And the dream was my late husband is very fair skinned, very light, which is not my norm. I usually like darker.
Not the light brights catching straight all night. Oh, have mercy.
And I had a dream about 7 months after he passed, and I was giving him a kiss in this dream. And then he says, "Now kiss him." And I turn, and it's this dark skinned, tall guy. Don't know. I did not see a face. Yeah. And I was like, "You want me to kiss him?" And I'm like, well, "Yeah, I'll kiss him too. I'll both y'all." Oh, yeah. So I did, and it was just like he was just like happy for it, and I always kept that in mind. And even while my husband was in the hospital, I started therapy. I still do go to therapy. And I actually just had an appointment last Saturday. And so I was like, okay, maybe I could get back out there. So I did online dating. I didn't even know Facebook had a dating. So I did that first. That didn't last long. I wound up doing Bumble because I had a cousin tell me that's where she met her husband. And so I was like, okay. But by the time I got to Bumble, I was over the whole thing. I was like, maybe it's too soon for me. I'm not ready. And I was just waiting for I paid for 1 month. I was waiting for that time to run out. And the person I'm with now, he messaged me. And I was just like, okay, I really, it took me about a week to message him back because I really was just over online dating. And I wound up messaging him back. And I think he was just asking in general, like, how are you doing? And I gave 1 word answers. I'm fine. How was your day? Good. It got so much so he thought I was a robot with my answers. Yeah. So he said, like, let me get your IG. And I'm like, I'm not giving this stranger my IG. I went ahead and gave him my IG. And he went through like my whole IG like pages. Like he's like, oh, I like what you had on your 40th birthday, like all that stuff. Oh, wow. And I'm just like, I don't even remember. Yeah, I'm like, I don't even remember what I had, let alone to this day, I still have yet to go through his IG because it's just not what I do personally. And And I think we ended up exchanging numbers probably about 2 weeks after we started talking online. And we talked maybe for another good 2 weeks actually on the phone. And then we met in person. And I didn't have any expectations at all. And my whole thing was, I'm keeping it casual. Like I kind of wanted to be fast in them streets after.
How long had it been since your late husband passed away when this was happening?
At that point, it was probably about 1.5 years.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna keep everything casual. Like I wanted to be in the streets. I wanted to, I wanted to be. I was gonna have I wanted a rotation. Like I wanted it all. Okay. And so we went on our first date. The first day, like he asked me what kind of wine I liked. He bought that as a gift. Like he really listened. Like he was, it was a good first date. But even at the date, I still didn't have no expectations. Mm-hmm. And like I could tell he was so nervous. And I was just like, so nonchalant. Like I'm shocked I wasn't nervous because normally I probably would have been if I cared at that moment. And but I think what really sparked my interest with him after we started talking on the phone after exchanging numbers was he knew about my husband and everything. But he also lost a fiance 10 years prior.
Oh.
And so from date one, we go to dinner, we're leaving. And to me, the date's over. We didn't have any other further plans. So he's like, oh, what do you want to do? And I'm like, oh, you still want to, he didn't want the date to end. So I'm like, okay, let me.
Someone likes you.
And I'm like, okay, it kind of perked me up. We wind up going bowling and playing pool. And I won, of course. And
what's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Okay.
And he's a Capricorn. Oh. And I think on our last game, he was like, he said something like, if I win, I get a hug. And I was like, oh, you ain't been winning all night, so sure.
Damn, Libra.
Well, he wound up putting in extra effort and really had to work for that win. But I gave him a hug. And from date number one, we have been inseparable since. And this month, actually, it'd be 2 years, 2 full years that we've been exclusive and official.
Wow.
Yeah. And
the image that you had in the dream, I know you can see the face.
Yes. That's just it. I'm like, he's tall, dark, handsome. My typical outside of what I actually did go for the first time. And we're looking for rings. Like he knows the ring I want. We've been to quite a few stores. We've met families. Well, our families have met each other. And moms love them. Like it does seem too good to be true. At one point I was like, are we trauma bonding? Because we have that in common.
2 years later. If this was like new, I'd be like, well, maybe. This is 2 years later.
And I love to hear about his late fiance. Like I always tell him, don't hold back. I want to know about her and vice versa. And when I finally told him a year into dealing with him, I told him about my dream, and he's just really, really quiet, listening. I'm thinking he's like really like engaged in what I'm talking about. Come to find out, he had a dream too. He had a dream that I'd wear glasses. His person was short, a little lighter than him, with glasses. And he said, I've never dated someone that wears glasses because they have to. They just wear glasses for fashion. I can't see, so I have to. And he's like, and in my dream, I didn't see your face either. I just knew you had glasses on. And then as I came around his family and everything, they're like, you look like his late fiance. And I was like, no, I think it's because we both have like brown faces and the same skin tone. Because when I look at her, I mean, she's gorgeous, she's beautiful, but I don't see it at all. And I've shown other people, they don't see it either. So I'm just like, it just has to be the skin complexion. But I say all this to say, It is possible. Even though I just wanted to fill time pretty much. I wanted that rotation, but I wasn't looking for anything serious. I wasn't taking the whole getting back out there dating serious, let alone back out there online serious. But we both have no children. That's good. And we don't want any, I'm over that age anyways, but
I couldn't tell from your picture.
Yeah, I'm 44, just turned 44 in October. And
hey, Johnson trying to have a baby.
No, he doesn't want any.
Which is fine. I'm not trying to pressure you to have nobody's baby.
No, we're actually going to get a dog eventually. Oh. And but I couldn't ask for anything more. It was totally unexpected. I don't know why I'm getting choked up. But yeah, it's possible. Whatever is out there for you, you just have to listen for it. And it's there.
One of the key things that you said that I think a lot of people, when we talk about manifestation, is letting go of the where is it energy. And you just sort of didn't take it seriously. And you were right. You did manifest this. You had that feeling. This is what you wanted. This is something that you knew that you wanted, but you also weren't harping on it. You weren't taking it seriously. You sort of manifested without really trying. So can you imagine if you tried?
Oh yeah. I probably had that billionaire.
Or you are with the billionaire. He just hasn't hit the billionaire.
But it's funny that we joke about billionaires or whatever. He's never told me no. Whatever I want, I get. It's like I'm in my soft girl era, and like I told him, eventually I would love to stop working. He was on board for that, for future use. And I'm just like, it's like that. I can't do no wrong in this man's eyes.
I love it. And Capricorns are hard to please.
And vice versa. I can see that. I can see it too. But he's just like, I'm waiting for the bottom to drop with you. Like what? Like you haven't shown, like we, the whole time we've been together and we've known each other, he's like, you don't get mad. I do get mad. I just show it differently after life has taught me, Don't sweat the small things. If this person does not check everything on your list, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because he's not perfect. I mean, I'm pretty much almost, but he's not perfect. And, and I still love him, so it's like, I'm not saying you have to give in to certain things, but nobody's perfect. You're never going to find that.
Like we were talking about Kathleen. She's like, that's not usually my type, the light brights. But, okay, is that important? You know what I mean? In regards to it.
No,
That's
it's
why I
not.
encourage people too. Some people are like, oh, it has to be this particular height. It has to be this particular race. Well, just dwell in possibility, because you might actually find someone that you really, really like and really, really likes you that doesn't fit the picture perfect thing that you're looking for.
Yeah, and that's totally true. Like I said, once that first date, like literally, we have not been apart at all. Yeah. So I'll let you know when I get the ring.
Yes, please. I'm all of this. I'm invested. I am codependent.
Let alone, look, you're going to get an invitation to the wedding. Okay.
Where do you live?
I'm in Nashville.
Oh, I'll come to Nashville.
Because
for me to go. Like, Nashville's good food.
Unlike the other young lady, I don't want to marry you when you're 90 because I'll already be married. But you are my best friend in my head. So there we go.
Thank you, L'Oreal.
Right.
I love this story. So thank you so much for being vulnerable enough to call in and share.
Definitely. Thanks for always having the lives. I catch the replays a lot, and trust me, we're so grateful for you and people like you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, L'Oreal. Have a good night. And happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
L'Oreal's gonna have me cry up on here. I felt the tears coming. I felt them coming. I said, no, you get back in there. You get back in there. All right, we do have a long line of people. So I appreciate everyone that's backstage being patient. We got Carla, we got another Virgo, we got Nakiba, we've got Gigi, we've got Keela, and we've got Represent Yourself Legal. We got some familiar faces. I'm gonna bring up Carla next. Hold on, Carla. Carla, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes. Well, I love it. We do have a lot of people in Seattle. I might have to come to Seattle.
You got to come and see us. We love you. So, I mean, I'm happy to come to the East Coast too, but we love you out here too. So.
Well, you know, I have a show March 13th, a month from today. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to try to do that, but at the very least, I'm going to stream it. So I wouldn't miss it. So
thank you.
Very good.
What's going on, Carla?
So I don't know, you probably don't remember, but I was your last caller last year during the Valentine's Day Live. And at the end of this, I'm going to repeat last year's message at the end because I just feel like I'm feeling your vibes of just loving us and continuing this live and this tract of manifestation and of honesty. So thank you for doing this tonight. I had so much fun. Very good. And I much like Loria, I'm steeped in the gratitude of my life. You know, there's so much going on, but being in Seattle, you know, we just won the Super Bowl. I'm relishing in Bad Bunny's messaging of inclusion. I'm an American Indigenous woman, and so that's so important right now. So thank you for championing us, you know, with your content. It's so important that we, as fellow persons of color, that because we understand each other, that we create community, that we build each other up, and that we support each other. And you're part of that synergy. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that. Yes. So just a little background for everybody because, you know, we have that continuity thing. So I'm a 50-something Libra on the Virgo cusp.
I'm looking at y'all saying y'all in 50s, and I'm like, really? All right, I'm going to keep
Exactly. You're going to look great. Kempire, you're going to look beautiful, well into, you know, black don't crack. You're going to look amazing in your 80s, 90s, all of that. You're just going to be, pulling them in. But my birthday is often on the first day of autumn, actually. And I was born just after 10:30 a.m. So I'm just like, you know, I love who I am, but you're right about Virgos. So that's true. But so your last caller, I really just honed into her because I also had a long-term love. Although I wasn't married, I had this partnership for 16 years, and I lost him 6 years ago from a heart attack. And so, you know, I'm so glad I was after her because although it's not easy to find another man like him, and because I won't settle, because like her, I've known that great love. I've known it, and I deserve everything that's good. So I know that I'll find it again. So it's really wonderful to just hear her affirming message and for me to just come on and just continue that messaging for everybody that we've been listening to tonight, because fortunately with age comes wisdom. And, you know, like for ladies and some gentlemen, decentering men from your life and focusing on being the type of person you want to commit to by being a good friend and being a good wife, or not wife, but being a good sister, being a good daughter, you know, just focusing on yourself is so helpful, and what I continue to do. And we've been talking tonight, which was really important, about removing your energy from men or women who aren't there to add to your world, that disrupt your daily peace. That's so important. We want to just be engaged with men who protect and support women, children, and their families, and the women or gentlemen that are in our lives. And I've always found it true to believe that if you work on yourself and shine that light, the right man or woman will stop at nothing to be in your presence, to spend time with you and make a life with you. Even if it's somebody that's just there to teach you that lesson that you need to know for right now, they may not be that forever person. But I just, as you get older, it becomes clearer to you the path that you need to take. And so it feels so good. And last year I've told you, that I've known great love and that I'll find it again because I believe in love for me. And I believe it for you too, Kempire, and for everybody in the chat. Yeah, because we're all the prize. We are the prize. It's great. It's great love that will come to us, and we don't chase it. And Kempire, I said this last year, and it's so true. I'm so happy that we have you now, because before you get booed up and you'll be busy with your mans next year or whenever that might happen. I'm just so happy in that between time when we're all growing and getting better and getting stronger, that we have each other in that interim. Yeah. But when you find that man, we will be so happy for you. I mean, just okay, you got to be a good man. That's all good, and just be so happy for anyone that adds to your life, because you've done so much for us. And that's basically all I had to say.
Thank you, Carla. I appreciate that. That was really beautiful.
Yes, you always, I'm not on the lives as much as I'd love to, but I'm always just dialing into our community and loving what we do. And I'm back here every year because it's important and we're here for each other.
Amen. Amen. Carla, thank you so much for calling.
Amen. Thank you.
Bye, Carla. That was sweet. See, we have a really good community. Shout out to our community. And this is why it's so important that we are so respectful of each other. For those that are just joining us, this is our dating live. So why it's important to, when we're talking about things like this and people are calling in and being so vulnerable, this is why I said at the top of this live, it's important that we be respectful. If you got something to say and you have strong opinions or something shady, please keep that for the kitchen table, not here. Okay. We'll keep the shade somewhere else. But shout out to everyone that's been calling in and sharing their thoughts. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy, free way of supporting not just me, but other channels will start to show up. Some of you discovered me because you liked other content creators. So that's important. You'll discover other content creators. And if you're watching the replay of this, be sure to like the video and share your stories in the comment section. You'll also be able to hear this on the Kempire podcast. So be sure to subscribe to that and give us a 5-star review, because reviews do and are very much important. Okay. All right. And don't forget, the Kempire After Dark live show is happening a month from today. Well, it's almost midnight here in New York, but March 13th, Friday the 13th. If you missed it, I'm going to play this video again because I know some of you probably just joining us, but I love how they define Friday the 13th. It's very different than what we've grown up understanding about Friday the 13th. It's also a powerful night to manifest.
So Friday is ruled by Venus, and Venus, as we know, is all things love.
13th used to be sacred to the divine feminine.
Before superstition got involved, this was the day of magic, of fertility, of good fortune.
It was also a very powerful day to manifest, for creativity and wisdom.
And then somewhere along the way, someone decided that the divine feminine was dangerous, and we made it a superstitious day.
You've probably seen horror films like Friday the 13th, which I think has had an effect on people to think that this day is just not a very lucky day, when the truth is, it actually is. And it's the most important day to manifest and actually call in good luck.
So if you are feeling superstitious and you want some protection, look at the humble rosemary plant. Very strong and powerful. It was used for protection, it was hung in doorways, to keep out unwanted energy.
It was used for memory or mental clarity. People often put it in their ear when they were studying, or they would even put it in water and drink it, which really helps you to focus and stay balanced.
A really easy plant to get to know because loads of people have it in their gardens. Witches used to have it at the bottom of their gardens, and they put a sprig behind their ear as they left the house. So instead of fearing Friday the 13th, let's reclaim it as a day of feminine power. And if you have a bit of rosemary, you can just touch that and think it's for clarity and power, not being scared.
All right. So today really is a lucky day. It's Venus. Mind you, I'm a Taurus, that's our ruling planet. So if you're trying to manifest something, this will be the night to do it. All right. Let's bring up Virgo. Hey, Virgo.
Hey, Kempire. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, my God. My picture's not showing up. That's a shame.
What
okay,
picture?
well. Oh, my. Well, I can see it. Oh, okay. I'm looking at it on my TV, but nevertheless, we're here. But I'm Virgo, also known as Leah, Lipstick Leah, and Leah the JDPI, etc.
Yes.
And I did not know your membership's only $2.99. I would have been a member a long time ago. Thank you.
I'm cheap.
But you a good time. Okay. Okay. So,
where are you calling from, Leah?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
Yes. And I love you so much. And so as a Virgo, my first question is, how much time do I have with you tonight?
Not a lot, Leah. It's getting late. It's 11:11.
Okay. Oh, 11:11. All poppies and mommies go to heaven. That's what I told my doggy. His name's Paisley. Okay, so let me get to it. First of all, I'm a Virgo in 6 places, and I'm a Leo, right? And I'm a Leo rising and a Taurus moon.
Really?
You heard it.
Okay. Thank God for that Taurus moon.
Okay, so here we go. So my question for you in the audience is, shout out to the 250 million of you out there listening to Kempire. Thank you for that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, more needs to be put on that. But so do you want to hear my story? It's a dating story. It's about a man who told me he's polyamorous, but he wasn't. Okay, fine. Or do you want to have a group therapy about why I'm still single? And I blame my dad. Or do you want to hear a story about my limerence love? I think we should go with B.
We can go with B. Let's go with B.
What were you going to say, though?
No. I mean, okay. I was going to leave it up to the audience, but let's go with B because I think that's the direction that we're going into.
Yeah, and I chose that because that's actually something I can do something about. So here's the deal. I am 46 years old. Okay. And the question I have is, am I single because my daddy still pays my bills and I haven't worked in 15 years? And it's just like, okay. And he's right down the street. And so, but he also wouldn't allow me to work. And, but I went to law school and everything, right? Oh, shout out to my girl, Miss Esquire, to you. Ooh, that's my Delta soror, my Virgo sister, my sister-in-law. Yes.
Wait a second. So wait, your father still pays your bills for the last 15 years?
Yes. When I say bills, like my rent, like my everything.
Everything?
Everything.
When you went to law school?
Yeah, just for shits and giggles. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't cuss on your channel.
No cussing. Okay. And you feel as if because your father's involvement in your life is so involved that's hurt your dating?
I think so. Here's why. Because the last guy I dated, he told me, amongst other things that, is another story for, I guess, saying St. Patrick's Day, child. But he told he's not financially prepared to be with me. And yeah. And I think it's because and this is why I'm so glad I'm getting this out, because I know when I wake up tomorrow, I feel different, because this is a point of shame for me. It really is, because it sounds like a wonderful life, but it ain't, y'all. It really ain't. And
why do you think that it's not a wonderful life? Why do you feel that way?
Well, number one, because like I said, I'm 46. I haven't had a quote unquote real job since 2012. And so I went to law school. My dad forbade me to work, right? Mm-hmm. And so, but he didn't. By the way, this also goes to now he and my mother, they met on the campus of Tuskegee University, her freshman year, and they were together until the day that she went to heaven in 2021, right? And so his motto is, "He who makes the goal makes the rules." You see, and I have a 52-year-old something sister who has 2 daughters who are in college. None of us work, and he won't let us work, and he's actually told me that, right? Now I've had jobs here and there, of course, and I got my private detective's license and everything, but he wouldn't give me money to help start my business. And so when I went to therapy in 2019, that's when I realized that, and through the grace of God, that it was a control mechanism. But at this time, living in the real world, I applied for a job without my credentials, but I have this big employment gap. But back to the dating scene, child. So then I run into a man, and he like, "What you do?" And I told him I got jobs, but then he sees me like just sitting up here watching Kempire, every weekday. Okay, just sit in the bed chilling, right? Let me tell you something. I left the house since, oh, child, let me not tell too much. But the point is, now the question for everybody wants to know, how much money are you getting, Leah? Right? It was like I'll just feel it was like $50,000 a year, nothing, but it's something. Okay.
Yeah.
But then he got a girl. Exactly. And that's just what's on my W-2. That's what I report to the government. Tell all my business, Kempire. Hang up the phone, child. Hang up, please. I know this wasn't a good idea. Anyway, I just knew it wasn't. But so the point is, but now he done got a girlfriend, and I done got a pay cut. However, so what I've done is,
wait, hold on. Your dad got a girlfriend, so you got a pay cut?
Yeah, my income went down $20,000
because he got a girlfriend. So,
yeah.
But what?
Oh, young chick, she's 70.
What's stopping you from getting a job?
Well, because number one, I have my private investigator's license, so that is my career. But a job, that's what I want. And I applied for a job, for example, to be a professor at SCAD. Y'all can Google it. So it's Savannah Artist of Design. Oh, yeah. Because I have a wonderful makeup career. That's another story for another day. But I have an employment gap that I can't explain. And I really think that's it, because I haven't worked in 15 years, you see. And so it's just like, yeah, you went to law school, but you're not a lawyer, or, it's really something, because when I think, like I said, I've met men, going back to the dating point, and the last 2 guys I talked to, they call me princess. And I said, oh my God, I can't financially hit, but bitch, I'm sorry. Oops, I'm so sorry, Kempire. But dude, I'm cheap. Like, because it sounds like a great life. What I'm saying is, but I don't have like retirement. I mean, I got Social Security, but you know what I mean? All the things like I don't have any of that. Now, I don't know what a car note looks like. I swear to everybody on me, I've never seen a car note. I don't know what it looks like in my life. Like I just never. And I'm 46, y'all. Oh, by the way, I don't have kids because I don't want kids. My anniversary, happy birthday to my IUD tomorrow. I got year ago last year. I swear. It's
Virgo. Look, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna wrap this
Please
up.
Do. Please do.
We have a long line of people.
That's why I asked you how much time I had. She would embarrass me in front of all these people trying to cut me off now.
There ain't enough time to help you right now. But you have the free will to go and start from somewhere. Yes, there will be some employers that will be like, there's this huge gap of not working, but there will be someone that will hire you. I think that is what your focus should be on. Oh,
Kempire, I have a happy ending to this. And so, for example, I'd say I had a makeup career. So I worked for MAC in the 90s. I was a national trainer for Sephora. My makeup, that's why my name is now Lipstick Leah. I enrolled, y'all probably seen on Instagram, Spelman has a cosmetic science certification. I enrolled in that. I took out a loan in my own name without my daddy, so he doesn't have anything to say to me about it. And I started my classes in January. And so by the end of the year, I will be a certified cosmetic chemist, because I sued Sephora for discrimination. And my daddy told me when I sued Sephora that nobody in the makeup industry, cosmetic business would ever hire me. And so now it's my way of getting back into what I was born to do. And that started this year. But thank you.
Well, congratulations on that.
Yeah.
You also sound like a professional student, because you get a lot of certifications.
Read me.
I'm just saying, there are people like that. They get a lot of certifications, but they don't really do anything with it.
Yes. That's
So
me. Read.
we wish you luck. We wish you luck. Keep us
You
posted.
sound so hopeless.
No, I said we wish you luck. I'm very hopeful. I wish
You're like, good luck, girl.
I wish you the best. Tell Daddy we said hello.
this.
There are a few people in the chat that want to be adopted. Have a good night. Represent yourself, legal. Thank you so much for the super chat. Coco says, I feel like this is your Bravo Andy moment, Kev. There are questions we need answered. No, y'all do not need answered, because there are people backstage that really really want to know something. So I'm going to bring them up. We have 4 more people backstage. We've got Nakiba, we got Gigi, and we've got Keela, and we've got Coco. All right, let me bring up Nakiba. Nakiba.
Hello. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, Kim. This is my first time joining a live.
Well, we appreciate it. Where are you calling from?
I'm in Japan.
What part of Japan?
So, I am like out. I guess this is south of Tokyo. This is like Abina.
Oh,
that
okay.
area.
I love
So,
Japan.
yeah, I love it. I've been here for a few years. Came from Georgia, so I'm still here.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, what are your what do you want to share?
You want to share?
Okay.
So I'll make it as quick and brief as I can. So first things first, it's Saturday here, so not Valentine's Day, almost there. But yesterday I was walk with my daughter, and I realized I'm like, uh-oh. So a few years ago, I was still married to her dad. Long story short, and Valentine's Day was the day that came to the ending of our marriage in the beginning. That's when I found out he was doing his thing with other people and things like that.
Ooh. On Valentine's Day?
Yeah, he had a job where he was working to help clean someone else's house, and whatever he did, long story short, he was supposed to give us some money to go out and do something. And he took all day long to come back with the money. And so when he came back with this whole story that didn't make sense. Eventually it ended up for us being divorced. So sometimes every time on Valentine's Day I remember, I'm like, oh, that was that Valentine's Day that was the beginning of the end of it. But it's not a sad story. So that's why I can laugh about it now. It's like the veil had came off and for me to open up and see things, right?
Yeah.
And so it was a tumultuous year after that. And so, we moved on from that. And so here I am many years later. And what I wanted to say, because I hear some of the other callers talking about it, I've been a serial dating app person, kind of person per se. And I felt like I've met all kind of different people from different walks of life. And so here, when I initially moved to Japan, I started trying to be on a dating app, but because of the world I worked in, I saw people that I knew, and I was like, nope, I can't do it. Especially when you see people and you're like, I don't want to know their business and I don't want to get connected or whatever. And so for a few years, I kind of just focused on myself. And so within the past couple of years, I dated like a few guys, and I heard one of the callers mention about dating online, making sure you can meet someone. And I remember one guy specifically, he was from Ghana, living in China. And I thought it was good because he said he can travel anywhere. And so we were talking for all this time, and he never made a mention to move towards me. And so fast forward to, I'm telling him, I don't care how long we talk and how much you think I like you. If I can't meet you face to face, that's like a no-go for me.
Yeah.
And so he was doing what I felt like was a lot of gaslighting, or kind of like sending me messages trying to get back, communicate. And I was giving him these one-word answers. And so for me, I just said, like, I would date intentionally. And so for me, it was like I was thinking about my job. Like for me, it was easy to find a job that I wanted. And one of my friends told me, she said, I think you need to date like you look for jobs. And I was like, huh. And she was like, anytime you feel like you want a job, you get the job that you want. So why can't you date like that? And I heard one of the callers, I think she mentioned about having, like, I guess like having high degrees and things like that and not letting people know. And I just want to say, just like what you said, if someone is jealous because of what you have, that's not the person for you. You don't want to dim your light with that person. So just fast forward to one of the more recent callers, she mentioned something about getting on the app and not really kind of like backing off. And that's what I did the last time I got on the app. And I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys are crazy, because this one guy I talked to, he started, he did like this video chat with me, and he started making these comments that I felt like weren't really good comments. And I said, yeah, I think we don't have the same interest in hand. And he started crying
Oh,
on the
no,
call.
no, no,
And,
no.
and I had to do everything I could to not laugh, because I'm like, he thinks this is real. And so, long story short, I had a account on Bumble as well, and I had got off of it. Hit it because people started reaching out, and I'm like, I'm not ready for this. And then
Mm.
it came back on. And soon as it came back on, I had a couple of guys reach out to me. One, he was like, yeah, and I was asked the question that I didn't think I had to ask, which was, are you married or living with someone? Because that had been some of my experiences. And
Mm.
so the one guy, he was like, yeah, I'm married to a Japanese lady, but it's complications here and it's just difficult. And I'm like, well, thank you for letting me know.
Mm.
Um, I don't want to go out with you to get a coffee or whatever. And he was like, but at least I told you the truth. I said, yes, of course. Thank you. You gave
Mm-hmm.
me the option to say no. No. And
Bye.
back to that dating with intention. So another guy that he reached out to me, and he put like this super thing to give me more time to respond to him. And I responded, and long story short, he's my husband now.
What?
Yeah, some of my family still don't know it because I did a whirlwind. But let me tell you this,
Some of
and
your
I said
family
it real
don't know,
quick.
and we know.
I mean, if they watch you, they'll find out. But my mom knows, my sister knows,
Oh, the
people
important
know.
people.
Yeah, but what I want to say, the manifestation part.
Mm.
Like for me, when I really started doing the stuff, dating with intention, I started being the person that I wanted to be, the person that I would be happy to be with, regardless of anyone else.
Mm.
And even though I was meeting with or talking to other guys as well, the thing was, I felt like I was allowing myself to not meet the right person because I was always dating someone that wasn't close to me, or talking to people that I wanted them to do a little bit more, as opposed to seeing what was right in front of me. And I feel like what that did was it gave me the chance to see what was in front of me, as opposed to looking elsewhere. And then the other part, like for me and my daughter specifically, one of the things when we went out on a date, and at one time my daughter, I brought her with us just so she can kind of see and get a vibe.
Mm.
And my daughter she's a teenager, and she was so like against this thing. And I was like, what is wrong with her? Like when he was buying stuff, paying for stuff, taking care of things, she was so suspicious.
Mm.
And what I learned in that aspect was she saw a dating side of me before that she couldn't relate to. She was used to not trusting people. And so
Mm.
when she saw me dating someone who actually did I'll say the patriarchal role that I was looking for, someone
Mm-hmm.
that was taking care of things that I didn't have to think about, that didn't have to be like this person to do everything. She thought that person wanted something from me, and she
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be suspicious. And so I realized I never gave her an opportunity to see what the real healthy
Mm.
relationships would be like. And so, I had to talk to her about that and talk to myself about what was I showing her in the
Mm-hmm.
process. And even so, I had to let her know, like, hey, one of the things in life is I don't want to wait till you graduate and get out for you to see what a healthy relationship looks like. Like you can actually see what a healthy relationship looks like that doesn't have to be after you leave, or things like that. So
Yeah.
just the things, I guess, just talking about intention, being the person that you want to be, and just being clear with yourself, and just not trying to find the wrong thing. And I think you said it very clearly. It's like watchful of the language that you say for yourself.
Yeah.
So for me, the things that I wrestled with before, some of the things I still wrestle with, but they're internal to me. So like things of dealing with conflict. So like my husband, he speaks 5 different languages, and English is not his first language.
Mm.
So it's like the funniest kind of conversations if there's a level of misunderstanding, because it makes me take some time to stop and ask myself, is it worth the quote unquote argument? And I'm a Scorpio. He's a Virgo. And so my
A
daughter's a
lot of
Virgo,
Virgo
by the way,
energy
too.
tonight.
Yeah, my daughter's a Virgo, and I think my rising is a Virgo. But I mean, like I said, it's been a very healthy relationship, and I would just say, just for people to just be intentional about it and be mindful of the language because you attract what you put out there. So, like if you
Mm-hmm.
say, like I want someone to be able to compliment me in life, and just to be able to share a good, happy life with. I think that's doable for everybody if that's what you want. So
Amen.
thank you. That's all I wanted to share.
That was a beautiful. Thank you so much, Nakiba, for calling in.
Thank you. Thank you. And happy Valentine's Day to
You too.
everyone. Thank you.
Is it the morning there now? It's like
Yep,
12 now?
yep. It's 1:30. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nakiba, thank you for calling in. Have a great rest of your Valentine's Day.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Why do I make that face? What it said about Virgo? You know how I feel about Virgos. I love them, but from a distance. One of the other things that I think is important to note, because I think there are a lot of us that have deprecating humor when it comes to ourselves, and I've seen this message multiple times that the body doesn't know the difference between a joke and when you're serious. So be very mindful of the things that you say about yourself. Even those little jokes that you have about yourself, I'm just like, no, stop that. The body does not know the difference. Keep that in mind. All right, let me bring up Gigi next. Gigi, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire.
Where are you calling from, Gigi?
Chicago.
Hey, Chicago.
Hey, Chicago. So, first time caller, long time listener. First thing I want to say is, I think you got a secret sneaky link somewhere because you love these lives on February 13th. I think you pretended to be single with us. That upset me and my homegirls. I just want you to know that. One of my homegirls busted out tonight.
Y'all think my life is more interesting than it actually is.
I'm watching you. So I'm about to tell a little bit of my business. I met a guy 5 months ago, tall, dark, handsome. I'm 40, he's 48. He was saying all the right stuff. He wanted to get serious really fast. And I said, you know what, why not? I even introduced him to the kids in a really good way. They liked him. We all hit it off. Well, we broke up. So about 2 weeks ago, he's at my house and his mom calls and tells him that his grandmother died. So he gets all upset. He leaves out. And I'm just trying to be a supportive girlfriend. I cater a bunch of food there that day. They had like a bunch of different errands through the week they needed ran. I was 1,000% available. And when I tell you I'm the busiest person, like I'm like running and operating my own business and I have like 40 employees. So I'm like I literally cleared my week for them. Took his mom everywhere she had to go, all the things. And then so I asked him like, well, what do you want me to wear to the funeral? And he got really weird. And then I asked him, where was the funeral? He got weird again. So then I'm like, do you want me to come? And he basically told me no, he didn't want me there. And I thought that was odd. So the next day I said, I was thinking to myself, is his mom in on this? Because she and I hit it off so well. Mm-hmm. So I text her, hey, how's it going? Let me know where the funeral is and the date and time, just to see if she was going to tell me. She doesn't respond, but she usually calls me like 10 times a day. The next day, she text messages me back, but she doesn't bring it up. So I resend the text. So she says to me, I'm not in you guys.
I'm sorry, G. What's your sign?
Gemini. I'm Virgo rising, Libra moon.
Okay. All right.
And so like his mom is like, you guys aren't going to put me in your stuff. I'm not in that. And then I started feeling used because I've made myself so available the entire week for their family. Mm-hmm. And the entire time, everybody's sitting around like, oh, don't tell her where the funeral is. And all of a sudden he calls me today and he's like crying and saying how he really wants to work it out. And I'm kind of feeling like at 40, I should just take the red flag and walk it off. What do you think?
I agree 100%.
Thank you.
Red flags are slapping all of us in the face.
Yeah. Terrible, right?
You showed up for him when he needed you the most. And you're like, okay, when's the funeral? And he's acting all kinds of crazy. Girl, count your. How long y'all were dating?
5 months.
Nope. Done.
You're right. Okay. We're moving forward.
We're moving forward.
Thanks for the advice. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gigi. Thank you for being so patient and waiting. I'm glad that was a quick one.
Thank you. Good night.
Have a good night. Happy Valentine's Day. Pour into yourself tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah, pour into yourself tomorrow. Do something for yourself. For those that are just joining us, I was saying, for those that don't have plans tomorrow, make that your plan to go get your mani-pedi done, a massage, or for a walk, or you eat your best meal. And when you're eating, that's also important. Be conscious of when you're eating what you're thinking about. Sometimes people are eating with guilt, like, oh, I shouldn't be eating this. No, eat and enjoy that pasta or whatever, that you want to eat tomorrow. Just saying. All right. Keela, thank you so much for waiting so patiently. How are you? You're muted.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I have 5 kids, so I had to come upstairs and hide.
Oh.
I was watching downstairs and my son told me to call. So I was like, okay, I'm going to call.
And where are you calling from?
Vegas.
Oh, okay.
So mine is not a problem at all. I just want to share with people the importance of manifestation. So when I met my current husband, I was married. Well, I was married before when I met him.
Show us the ring.
You're so sweet.
Yes.
I was married and I met him. I was a poker dealer and he was a poker player. But I just knew him in passing. That was it. Just knew him in passing. Fast forward years later, I get a divorce. My first husband and I met him when I was 18. I was pregnant at 19, had a baby by 20. I was divorced by 32, 33, when my youngest was 6 months old, all boys. Okay. So I had never dated. I never knew what it was like to, have someone pursue you, someone's interested in you. Oh, it makes me so emotional. So when I started dating, I'm very big into manifestation, and I would leave church and I'd go sit at the Cadillac dealership because I wanted a Cadillac. And I'd sit in the Escalades. And so one day, one of the guys finally, after maybe 6 Sundays in a row of doing this, he tells me to test drive one. And I said, I'm not going to test drive one until I can buy one. So I did end up test driving it, left it alone.
Why would you? That's what the test drive is there for.
I just didn't want to waste anybody's time, So I go and get my cards read. The person who reads my cards, she tells me, she goes, oh my God, your husband is coming and he's coming quick and you're going to have a baby and your paths are literally going to cross again. And I was like, I was very much I was enjoying my single life because I had never really been out like that before. I was very much enjoying being single. No part of me wanted to be someone's wife, to have a mother. I had no desire to be a wife ever again in my life. Like I had cemented.
With people I'm reminding the audience, for those that are listening and watching the replay too, there's a pattern here where people that find the love of their lives they're not looking for it. They're not putting pressure on themselves about it. They're not beating themselves up over it. I'm sorry.
No, not even a little bit. So we went out and he had never been engaged. He had no children before. And I was like, okay. I said, listen, the one after me is who you're going to have all this with, but that's not going to happen with me. And he was like, well, my favorite number is 5, so we can have one more. I'm still not taking.
How did that even, how did you guys get connected? Because you crossed each other's paths.
Literally, I was running in late into the poker room and he literally crossed in front of me. And I looked at him and I said, oh, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? And he smiled. And then I sat down to deal to him at the table. And he goes, oh, okay, it's coming back to him like that. He recognizes me. And he goes, oh, how have you been? And I was like, I'm divorced. And he turns bright red. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, I was in my single bag, honey. Okay. So he turns bright red and he walks away from the table. Now, in the meantime, in all this, when I get off of work, I was watching that Bravo show where the Black women were dating Italian men. And I would always tell my friends, I'm going to go get me an Italian man. I want somebody that is bat crazy about me.
Okay.
Well, my husband is Italian. He's Italian. And I'm an Aries and he's an Aries. So, okay. So back to now, when we got engaged, we went to a restaurant, and first before that, he would always ask me what I wanted for Christmas. We dated I got pregnant very quickly, but we didn't live together because I was, once again, I'm not doing your laundry. I'm not doing any of that. We dated with a baby, but very seriously. So I say that when a man is intentional about you, you never have to doubt it. About 3 weeks after we started dating, I'm on the phone with him. I'm at Target looking for a gift for my son's birthday party. They didn't have it. And he goes, oh, I bet you I can find it at the store by me. I'll bring it. That'll be my gift. You're going to come to the kid's birthday party? He came, he set up, he had fun with all my family. We're a loud family. My family's from Louisiana. He was like, if we're going to date, I need to get into it. So he was always very present and intentional about his intentions with me. Having a baby did not change my dating plan, though. I'm not playing house with you. You stay at your house. You come pick up the baby. You take him to your house. I'll see you tomorrow. I was being very serious about that. I know that sounds crazy. That's why my son is like, you have to call and tell this, because they think it's crazy. So fast forward to when we got engaged. So we went to my favorite restaurant, and I kept telling him, if you're going to propose to me at a restaurant, I promise you I'm going to fight you, because if you could do it in front of strangers, you should have the people who care about me there. I was dead serious about this. So when I felt the ring and then the dinner progresses and he doesn't propose, now I'm thinking he's got scared. Right? So we're in Vegas. We leave the restaurant. It was at Bellagio. We're walking through Bellagio. I'm walking through valet and I see a Cadillac. And I tell him, I said, now, see, that's nice. That's exactly what I want. We continue to walk through. The fountain stop. He gets down on his knees and he proposes. Okay. So I see my ring and I'm like, oh, there goes my car, because I'd been telling him, I don't want a ring. I want a car. After he proposes, he goes, I have something else for you. And he gave me the keys to that Cadillac. And I had 4 children when I met him. My youngest son was about to be 3. So right now, my boys are 20, 18, 16, 10, and 6. My youngest is 6 with him. And I think the hard part is that women, especially when you have kids, you've convinced yourself that phase of life is not going to happen for you again, that you're not going to find someone who's intentional and who's serious about you. Like, he does not play about my happiness. Every day he wakes up and he goes, what do you need me to do today to make your day easy?
Wow.
Like, before we were engaged, he didn't want me to work anymore because he said me working interfered with us having a good life.
That's right. Tell me that. Y'all want me to get in contact. You're like, my man told me he don't want me up on these internet streets right now.
He's literally at a poker tournament right now. And he's texting me about dealers. And he's like, I know your wife. I used to work with your wife. She got married and she just up and left. And he was like, yeah, that's pretty much how that happened. But I'm always in the chat. But in the chat, it comes up as your agent, Keela. But I'm on my work phone, so it popped up differently. But I just wanted you guys to know how sometimes a little seed that you plant with yourself, it seems like it's nothing, right? But I think your truest desires will come through if you really, really mean it. Like, I really wanted a Cadillac. I really wanted a man who was crazy about me. I really thought that I could have a peaceful life. I had a horrible divorce, horrible. And when I was going through my divorce, I was always telling myself, this is the storm. I just got to get through this phase of life. And so I don't want anyone to lose hope. I don't want you to think that you have to relentlessly chase love. But I do believe that you have to be open to things coming to you, maybe in a different package than what you're used to receiving. That's and so fast forward, I always say the best thing that a man can do is show the children how much he loves this woman. So now I have these teenagers in the house and I'm the Valentine. I'm the one buying all the Valentine's Day. And I'm like, how do you know her favorite color and her favorite scent? And, and they're very intentional about these things because he's very intentional about my happiness. Like,
so they're seeing these things.
Yeah. Like since our first date.
He's Italian?
No.
I had to go back.
No, but big, huge Italian family. Like, since our first date, he brought me 24 roses. Every week for 7 years, he brings me 24 roses without fail, no matter what's going on. If he's out of town, I have them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you can find, but the expectation, I always tell people, my expectation is high. But you have to believe that and you can't feel guilty about it. Like, we all deserve to have somebody who's absolutely crazy about us in whatever capacity that looks like for you. For me, I wanted to live a soft, easy, peaceful life where some things I didn't have to worry about. And it seemed crazy with what I was going through. And that's what I got. So just Always talk positively.
And you remained faithful about it's going to happen. This is just a storm that I'm going through.
Oh yeah, but marriage wasn't my goal. So I thought that I would live a life because
you're an Aries woman. I know you Aries women better than you know yourselves.
Oh, and I'm true Aries, honey. Like, so I know I'm a lot to deal with. Like I tell him all the time, I'm a lot. I know that I'm a lot. But you know, it was so important to him and how easy he made life. I felt crazy not giving him that one desire that he really, really wanted. Best decision that I ever made. Even when he gets on my last nerves, because he's an Aries man, so you can only imagine. But yeah.
Well, I'm so glad your kids convinced you to call in. That's such a beautiful story.
It's so beautiful. Everybody loves him. My boys absolutely love him. I mean, he really, if you saw us all together, you'd have no idea that those were not his children. Like, no idea.
Yeah. Wow. That's beautiful. That really beautiful.
So you're going to find your billionaire because you keep saying
I'm not worried about it. Y'all seem like y'all a little more concerned about it than me.
Well, you're going to find it because you keep saying it. I can't wait. You're going to be on Below Deck with the billionaire.
No, ethical billionaire, y'all. Ethical billionaire.
Well, I'm in Vegas. Everybody with money ain't ethical, so you know.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
I love that. I have to say, this is why I do love doing the dating lines. Sometimes when I first start, and there's like one or two people in the backstage, I'm like, I hope people call in tonight. And we have we're going on 3 hours of being we're 4 hours of being alive. What am I talking about? All right, but this will definitely be our last caller. Represent yourself legal. Our girl Coco's in the building. Coco, what's going on?
Nothing much. How you doing, Camp?
You came on camera for us. Beautiful, Coco. What's going on?
This is my first Valentine's Day, and I've been listening since I got off work, took my daughter to dance class, picked another one up from the hairdresser. I've just been listening to all the stories. And I wanted to share a similar story from the last caller, similar to Keela's story, because as I was listening to some of the calls, I was like, man, I remember being in that place and just kind of what is even happening? This dude is playing or whatever. And it just is disruptive to your nervous system and just not even necessary, right? But today I spent the day with, I don't normally celebrate Valentine's Day. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, so one of my, I must have been in transition, child, but one of a friend of mine hosted a group of women and we went on a hike through the redwoods but it started out with us just focusing on the love we have for ourselves and doing some breathing exercises. And then she had everybody go around and say what they loved about themselves. And everybody, of course, that was easy. But then she said, what do you not love about yourself? And then it was, people really were vulnerable because it was a very safe space, although we didn't all know one another.
Yeah.
But then she asked us, what were we going to do for ourselves today to show love to ourselves, as opposed to thinking about, the love that we're missing, the love that we don't have, the love that we want to come to us, and just think about, how you feel about yourself. And that really, really just put me in a very meditative state as I went about, my chores for the day. And then I started listening to the callers, and I just had so much empathy for so many of the callers. And I just wanted to share, first of all, and I saw my soror, Miss Esquire, my sister-in-law, sharing really beautiful affirmations. And I just want to add that what God has for you is for you, and nothing can stand in the way. And just like the last caller, you don't know what it's going to be like. I was in a horrible relationship with my college. Well, it wasn't a horrible relationship. I thought it was a great relationship. I thought we'd be together forever, but it didn't work out. We had a kid and just had a really, really, really challenging custody battle and situation. And feel like I was like, how did I get tricked by the devil? Somebody, the
it
devil,
feels like when you're in it.
it was the worst. I mean, and I put so much faith into him being my love, and it didn't work out. Then I had another relationship that didn't work out. And I had just been really sad for like a couple of years. And then one day, my then boyfriend and I came out to San Francisco, and I just felt the happiest I'd been in years, like probably like 4 years. And I'm like, I think I'm supposed to be in Northern California. I just love it out here. And someone, and I consider her my angel to this day, she said, Corinne, you should just apply for a job out here. And I was wrapped up in a candy and Tide, candy bars and Tide custody fight, child. It was just nasty. Yeah. And I didn't have any money, so I really couldn't afford to pay the lawyers. But he was really like coming after me for my daughter, which was all a farce. It's all a game, but I felt so happy and so light. And Kempire, when I tell you, within her saying that to me, like on Facebook or something, I had done apply for a job, flown out to California, here where I live now, interviewed and received like a very substantial financial offer for a new job.
Before?
I was, at the time, I was in Atlanta. Okay. But I lived a few different places. I lived in DC. It's mostly DC. And I lived in Harlem, darling.
Okay. Yeah, I've lived around the country.
127 in Lenox. So I've been a few places. But so, I'm getting ready to move to California. I never lived out here before. So I called some of my friends like, well, how much money? Even when the offer came, I'm like, this is a big offer, but I hear how expensive California is. Can you just help me contextualize the money? Is this enough? Type of thing. And also, what's up with the dating scene in California? And everybody was so negative. These guys out here in California, they don't like Black women. You come out here, you better come out here with somebody. And I was like, well, do I want to come out there? Because when people say California is different, it's like a whole nother world. It's very different. But something told me to just not listen to that. And I just kind of, that became less of a priority, the love thing. And so I packed me and my daughter's stuff up on a train. Amtrak ships and helps you move across country for folks who may need to do a big move. They don't move your furniture, but you can pack your stuff up in the cargo boxes. And if you ever have to make if you have a lot of things that you really, really, really need, you could just put it on a truck, of course, and that comes at a price. But in this moment, honey, I was trying to pack light. I put the stuff. I moved for less than $1,000. The stuff comes whenever it comes, but so I come here. I'm working my job. I put my daughter in a school, and I would say I moved in June. In April, I was on my lunch break, and I wasn't dating anybody. I wasn't really thinking about it. I'm just loving California, loving my life. I'm happy. I'm feeling free. My daughter and I are doing all of the California things like tourists. We're all over the place. We took a trip to Morocco and Paris, and I'm chilling, And then one day I'm on my lunch hour, probably like in March, a coworker and I, and then this guy comes over and he sits down at one of the community tables. It's one of those market halls where they have the different stalls where you eat and people kind of share tables. And he's like this really tall, handsome Black man with this short, stubby, like Asian lady. And I'm like, these dudes in the Bay are just different. I'm like, this is an interesting combination. But he sits down beside me and he's like, fine, but I don't want to like look at him. So I'm trying to just like, plus I think he's with this lady and I don't want to I don't have the Portia spirit.
She gonna block us again. She gonna unblock us and block us again.
I don't have that spirit. So I'm like, let me just stay. But I'm like, so at some point my coworker got up to leave. She went to get something to drink and I looked over and I was like, what are you eating? Because I'm also nosy and hungry and just curious about different things. And he's like, this is Japanese fried chicken. You want to try a piece? And I'm like, no, this is interesting. Anyway, long story short, he then struck up a conversation with me, wasn't super aggressive, but from that moment on, I have been with my husband. And that was like 7 years ago.
Who was the Asian lady?
It was his coworker.
Oh.
Yeah, it turned out it came out that it was his coworker. And he didn't really ask me for my phone number, but he said he was going to be with this hiking group on the next day. And I was like, oh, I'm a part of that hiking group too. I sometimes go out with them. And my coworker was pressed because she was like, well, Corinne, are you going to make sure you go to the hike? I'm going to say my name. But anyway, he's like, are you going to make sure?
I clocked it. I was like, oh. It's okay.
Are you gonna go to this hike? And I'm like, no, if he, because I'd handed he and his coworker my business card. And I'm not a business card girl. I'm not like, here's my card. But he never asked me for my phone number, but also for some reason was engaged. He was really good at making conversation. I liked talking to him, did not know why I was revealing all this information to him. And I thought about it. I'm like, he could be a stalker. He could be anybody. But I wanted to continue the conversation. So I said, well, I got to go back to work.
I'm glad you rationalize yourself out of it.
I just gave them my card. I gave them both my card. And the next night he called me. Then we were and I didn't answer. I was probably unavailable. And on the Sunday, I called him because it was a Friday when I met him. But my coworker was saying, are you going to go hiking on Saturday? And I'm like, no, I'm not just going to go there and hope that he see me. Like I gave him my card, like he can get in contact with me if he's interested. And if he calls me today and invites me, then perhaps I'll join him. I don't know. But again, I wasn't pressed. He was fine, but I wasn't pressed. And so I didn't go hiking, but he called me.
You're also living your best life in San Francisco with your new job. You and your daughter, you're having a good time.
We're cool. We have our own place. My nervous system is regulated. I was able to trick the devil in the legal system using some of my savvy, you know what I mean, in order to escape the holds of that. And I called him back on Sunday. We were on the phone for like an hour, and he was like, I've been on the phone with you for an hour. This doesn't ever happen. I got to get off the phone. He's like, well, do you want to have dinner tonight? And I'm like, I'm not available. Because you can't be that available. But also, I had a date that night.
You weren't available.
I wasn't available. And I think that's also important because I think guys are like hunters naturally, and they smell desperation. You know what I'm saying? And they always want somebody that somebody else wants. And so the point is not to misrepresent if you don't have nothing to do, but certainly just be into what you into.
Yeah.
Do you, like whatever that is. And then we went on a date, lunch date. It was nice and fun. And he was very handsome and, was definitely my type. He was from Detroit. I really like guys from Detroit. I know that from my follies in my 20s. And I remember we were dating, everything was going good. And I called my girlfriend. I'm like, this is like too good to be true. This dude has got to be married. And she was like, well, Corinne, what you need to do is you need to call him and tell him you want to see him and you want to come over to his house or whatever. And by the way, he'd represented to me that he was a widower. He had 2 girls. So I was a single mom with my 1 daughter. He had 2 daughters. And at this point, I'm in my late 30s. So I kind of know how people make up stories. Everything was like perfect with us. Our dates were perfect. And just like the last caller again, when you meet a man, like you never really have to wonder.
Yeah.
And everything is made to be easy.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to wonder, does he like me? Does he not like me? Like he was into me. And so then I, as a result, was really into my feminine bag. You know what I mean? He was courting me. I love to be courted. Yes, honey. Yes. If that's what you want to do, absolutely. You got a martini for me, honey. Here's one for you. You know what I mean? So that was how we were dating all over the San Francisco Bay Area. And she said, well, just tell him you're going to come to his house. Now, I live in Oakland, and he lived in a really nice suburb, which is what made me think he was married, like a super nice suburb. But so I told him, I was like, yeah, I want to see you. He was like, yeah, well, sure, come over. And I was like, oh, I have to drive all the way out there? But I'm like, shoot, I have to do it now because she done set me up to play this game and I can't back out.
Play games you're not ready to play.
Right. So I showed up over there and everything he said was exactly what it was. And his daughters were there. He introduced me to his daughter because I was thinking I would do like a roll up on him and catch him in the act. And he'd come up with some lies. You can't come in here now. Maybe next time. But I met his aunt was there helping him out with his girls. She was there from Chicago and his girls were there. I met them. It wasn't like we're all having dinner. We just kind of talked and I checked out his place. He had a big, beautiful house. And I was like, oh, wow. And we dated for several years. And then we bought a house. We bought a house together in the San Francisco Bay Area. Then we had a baby and
wow.
And all of the games that I've played or whatever my toxic tendencies were, whatever my baggage is from dealing with, many years of having a broken heart, like he's just been steady. Like when I'm kind of like probably being like a little skeptical or he'll say, well, you do love me. I know you love me one day and then you don't, but you like me. It's okay. Like he just reassuring. Leo.
He's a Leo and you're a
Gemini.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know about that rising and in the moon and all of that stuff. I have to look it up. But you know what? I was born on Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th.
It's a day of love. Did you see the video I just played?
I did. You played that video twice, I feel like.
Yes.
I've seen it both times.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
It's not what people created it to be. It's actually a magical day, a day of love.
Yeah. I mean, it's the day I was born. And, when I came out here, like I never imagined that I'd be able to I remember asking my landlord, do you think I'll be able to ever buy a house out here? Because I was really intimidated a bit. And even though I lived in New York, this is a completely different kind of a financial place to live. And he's like, no, you'll never be able to buy a house. That's why you don't listen to me. Because what God has for you is for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And let me tell you something. We were able to buy a house, Kemp, not on my income, but on his. So that means I could be we could have a larger house or whatever, but I think that's a bit irresponsible. I don't want to have to be making misrepresentations to insurance companies and stuff in order to pay my bills. You know what I mean? I want to kind of
talk about Wendy.
I'm just saying, I just want to kind of be able to things to be easy and not to overextend myself, and also not to have the golden handcuffs. But I say all that to say that the universe has blessed me abundantly. None of this were the things that I was looking for at that time, but these are all the things that I dreamed of having. And listening to the callers today reminded me of how I felt at a particular time in my life. It made me appreciate even more. So I'm thankful because sometimes we can kind of get caught up in the mundane of oh, he's just in the kitchen making chicken tenders or whatever the thing is. But it really made me think back and reflect on my own love story and what love means and what love for myself means. And I just wanted to just reiterate some of the things that other callers have said, and really to do exactly what the last caller shared, which was that, love may come, it may not look the way you want it to look. For us, it looked like two people that were single parents trying to make a family blend. Right. And it's not perfect, but it feels good to be seen as a human. And not for a title or for what you can do, but just me as a woman in all of my humanness and imperfection to have somebody like love me and care for me. And so I wanted to just offer that to people, to pour into yourself, to love yourself first and do your best to heal whatever wounds you have. And, you know, so that you can attract the person that can help to challenge you to continue to grow on this planet as a human being. So, yeah.
Amen. Well, thank you so much for calling in and sharing that. That was beautiful.
Yeah, anytime, Kemp. You know, I love talking to you, child.
Well, how long have you guys been married now?
You know, we actually just got married a year ago. We just got married. We bought our house almost 5 years ago. And some of the challenges that we experienced were just that we were a blended family. Yeah. You know what I mean? And his daughters are older, and so they have gone away to college. One of them has literally the last caller, we have a very similar story. Got kids like 25, 22, 14, and 5. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got a 5-year-old running around that house. Lord have mercy.
I know you. I'm surprised you haven't heard her on the call because she's like, "Hey, Kempire." They're in the background when I call. Like, so,
hello, buddy. The Kempire kids.
My daughter, she's like, "I really like Kempire. I really like him. Yeah, Kempire. What is it? T."
No, they do. Yes, I can. Yes, Lord have mercy. Well, I look forward to meeting all of you guys in this community at some particular point.
Yeah, I wish that. I know you're not coming to California.
Well, not this year. At some point, I will. Yeah, well, I might come out to California, maybe not for a show, but yeah.
Well, if you're ever in the San Francisco Bay, you know, I'll take you to dinner.
All right. So, y'all heard it. Dinner's on.
I'll take you to dinner, and I'll show you a good time.
Okay. I'm gonna tell your husband you told me that. Goodbye.
And listen, he's fine with it because he's a grown man and he's not insecure. That was the other thing. Some of the other like he's just like, I'm here. And what? Who gonna check me, boo?
That's that real energy.
Yeah, he's got like that grown man energy. It's yeah. It doesn't have you in a place of doubt. He's convicted. He doesn't waver. This is what I'm doing. That's it. Nobody's going to knock him off his square. And I mean, I love that about him. And it makes me feel safe. You know what I mean? And that's what we all want is people on the planet, right? So anyway, Kim, I know you tired. You done worked. You done made all the money that you need to make for the night. I hope you have a good evening.
Look, have I?
I hope so.
Well, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your story. Have a fantastic night.
You too. Happy Valentine's Day to all of y'all.
You too. Enjoy your Valentine's Day.
Bye.
All right, we do have Guy backstage. We're going to bring Guy up in just a second. But before we do that, I want to say thank you to Elijah for another super chat. Elijah, thank you for spending your Friday with me. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate it. Thank you for spending your Friday with us. We appreciate that. All right, last but definitely not least, we're going to bring Guy up next. Guy, what's going on?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
Oh, well, how are you? Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Montreal, Canada.
Oh, okay. Not too far.
Honestly, I'm calling because I'm a recap. I always listen to your recap. I'm not always able to catch your lives. And I was listening to your recap on the video that you did regarding Kimura.
Yes, our earlier live.
Yes, I do. And I wanted to comment, so I came on the YouTube page and I was like, oh my God, Kempire is live. So I was like, can I get into the chat? Honestly, I didn't want to talk about my personal love life, but I think it was super inspiring. I started listening with the lady who is from Vegas. Her story was really beautiful. So I'm just going to share a glimpse of my story and my love life so I can give hope. And not necessarily because people are hopeless, just so we can exchange and people can have a good understanding, you know? I'm a tourist woman, so I don't really like to talk about the details of my life, but I'm going to give you you already know. I know you know. We can see each other. Okay, so I was a single mom. I had my first son. I have 3 boys. I had my first son at the beginning of my 20s. After that, I was single, seeing people here and there, but I didn't want nothing serious until my life was really established and I was sure and certain about what I was looking for. When I met my partner, I met him in a wedding. And honestly, things I manifested was someone who was available, who loved me, respect me, treat me right, and everything. I didn't manifest someone who didn't have any kids. It can be selfish of me, but I didn't want to deal with someone who had kids. Even though myself, I had a son, I didn't want to deal with someone who had a history in the past. Long story short, we're still together 8 years. We have 2 boys. So I had 2 more boys, 4 and 6. We bought a house. We lived together. The gag story is when I met him, we discovered that our parents live 2 houses from each other. They live on the same street. So my kid's grandma lived definitely on the same streets. My mom and his mom have the same birthday. My birthday is in May 8th. His twin brothers are on May 8th. He's an Aquarius. My sister is an Aquarius. They have 1 day apart. Their birthday is 1 day apart. So we are so connected. Everything was organic. Everything was meant to be. So I think sometimes you can just not necessarily a leap of faith, but sometimes, when you're grown, sometimes it's not necessarily a leap of faith, but sometimes you just have to trust the connection, the dots. And listen, life is real, God is real, and sometimes, you will be surprised of what life can offer you. So this is basically my message of hope.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone has a great time tomorrow. Not necessarily Valentine's Day. For us, we're not necessarily celebrating Valentine's Day because, if he's an Aquarius, his birthday was last week. Usually it's always around Valentine's Day. It's always around.
We celebrated you enough.
So we're not doing nothing special, more so for the kids. And because I have boys, so I want them to know, it's appreciation on both sides. I'm their mother. I want them to know what Valentine's mean, not necessarily them pouring into their girlfriends or partner in the future, but for them to be able to celebrate love based. Can I touch on a subject? I know I'm going to do a sideways. I want to touch into a subject regarding the Benito ball. Do you mind?
The last, say it again?
Benito ball.
Yes,
the Bad Bunny. The Bad Bunny Super Bowl.
Yeah. I went fuzzy for a second. I was like, wait, what?
What?
Okay, the Super Bowl. We recapped that earlier this week.
Exactly. I listened to the recap. And I know you posted a video. You were not sure about the name. The lady's name was Bertrude. The Haitian lady, Bertrude.
Yes.
I'm Haitian. First language is French. Second language is English and Creole. The comment that I have to make right now, I think the Super Bowl was amazing. It touched me. I had a lot of emotion as an immigrant. I live in Canada, born there. But, just like you, it's like, I'm from Haiti. You're from Jamaica, even though you were not born in Jamaica, So I can feel you on that. Yeah. So what hurt me a little bit on my side, nothing regarding the Super Bowl, is because we are understanding the pain that is happening. And when I say we, I'm from Canada. I'm not even in the US. Can you imagine? But us from the outside, I still feel triggered. I'm not even there, but I'm still triggered about what's happening there. And especially when I look at everything that happened to the Spanish community in the USA, and I'm watching what's still happening in Dominican Republic regarding the Haitian people, it still hurt me because regardless what is still happening, Black people is always rooting for peace, love, and decency for everyone. And it's not the case always for Black people. They don't have the same regard regarding us. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because what's happening to Jill Zarin happened. The question that I had, did she got fired because she disrespects someone who is non-Black, still from an outside community? Because last time I checked, y'all president disrespected Michelle and Barack Obama. And
a week ago today.
You know what I mean? Everything was on mute. So I'm like, if Jill Zarin will have because I know what happened in New York with Ebony. I know what happened when what's her name, Ramona. She said a lot of stuff. regarding Black people, nothing happened. So my question mark, and I'm not trying to do a debate, but my question mark is it because it's this group of people and Black people still catch a stray all the time?
Valid question. That I think that's a question for them to answer, though. But yeah, that's a very valid question.
I know. That's why I went to your page, because I was like about to go and do my little comments. So I'm happy I'm able to exchange with you. But I have that big question mark that hurt me. I'm like, listen, it's Black History Month on top of that. So
Yeah.
Listen,
you bring up. I'm glad you pointed it out. You bring up a very good, valid point. Who knows? Who knows?
And we're going to lead with positivity. I hope you have a great night. Thank you. Thank you for spending the night with all of us. It was short and amazing. And I'm going to listen to the whole 3-4 hours tomorrow.
Yeah, this is going on. We were live at 8:00, so 4 hours. Over 4 hours we've been live.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for calling in.
My pleasure. Have a great evening.
Bye. Bye. I appreciate you all being here. Some of you have been here since we began at 8 p.m. I will be posting this on the podcast, so be sure to subscribe to the podcast as well, so you'll be able to listen to it. Shout out to those of you that were watching on Facebook, but of course, those of you watching here on YouTube, those of you who are watching the replay, some of you may have fallen asleep and you'll be watching the rest of this. So thank you all. Be sure to like the video if you haven't already. And we will do another dating live. I can't promise you it will be like a weekly thing, because you already know 4 hours. Can you imagine doing this on a weekly? I can't. But thank you to our King's Guards for holding us down in the live chat. Thank you to those of you that are members, those of you that are subscribers, those of you that are new members or new subscribers. We appreciate you. Replay crew, I want to hear your stories, your affirmations as well. Be sure to let us know. Let us know in the chat. And again, thank you to our sponsors for tonight's live, our dating live. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a happy Valentine's Day. Happy Black History Month. And I look forward to updates on all of your stories. Everyone have a good night. I'll see you all later. Bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Don't forget to give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. For more information on the podcast, head on over to KempireRadio.com.